Welcome back to Why Walking Matters, the Science Explained. I'm Tatiana, your host. As we celebrate 500 downloads and 40 episodes, I'd like to say thank you to my loyal listeners and to new listeners. I'd also love to say thank you to Podranker for picking our podcast for their Best of Walking Podcasts 2026 list. We really appreciate it. And we love the badge you designed, which will feature on our Instagram page. Next week, I hope to read some of your walking stories that you've shared on our website, whywalkingmatters.com. Remember, tell us, what's your walking story? Why do you walk? Maybe you don't walk. Why not? Why do you need to get out and walk? Or maybe you started, but you haven't been consistent. Share your walking story. Your story may be what someone who's listening needs to hear to get them going. Your story may help someone, or maybe you need some inspiration, more information, supporting data to get you off the couch or out of the car. Share your story, and we can try to find what you need because your story is likely the story of many others. So, if there's a topic that is of interest to you, please share and we'll do the research and present it on the podcast. Now, last episode, we talked about confidence, being a confident walker. From the data, we learned that confident walkers don't rely on motivation, they just go. But today, we answer the next question. What do you actually do once you show up? Because confidence gets you out the door, but structure is what gets you results. If you've ever thought, I know walking is good for me, I just can't stay consistent, this episode is for you. Because the problem usually isn't walking, it's structure. In the last episode, we talked about becoming a confident walker, how belief in your ability to walk consistently matters more than motivation. But confidence alone isn't enough. You also need a simple plan, something you can repeat without overthinking. So today, I'm going to give you a walking routine that's simple, flexible, and designed to actually stick. A side note about routines. What does the science say? Routines are the key to long-term adherence. One of the clearest findings: people don't stick to behaviors, they stick to routines. A paper in Lifestyle Medicine states, implementation of a lifestyle change implies that a routine is followed and habits are formed. From PubMed Central, one of the greatest challenges to lifestyle medicine is patient adherence. Lifestyle diseases inherently require lifetime prevention and treatment. Therefore, adherence to lifestyle medicine recommendations must also be long-term. Long-term adherence implies that a routine incorporating health recommendations has been developed. Instead of focusing on the immediacy of adherence in lifestyle changes, healthcare providers could consider helping patients develop a routine to slowly incorporate those changes. This perspective may enable greater long-term adherence to lifestyle change recommendations. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. This popular expression indicates that apples are good for one's health and highlights the importance of routinely eating them. Often, the message individuals take away from the apple a day health advice is to eat more apples. However, perhaps the more important takeaway message is to eat nutritious foods regularly. The term lifestyle change inherently means that changes are made such that They can be followed for the lifetime of an individual. Implementation of a lifestyle change implies that a routine is followed and habits are formed. A healthy lifestyle includes habitual consumption of nutritious foods, regular physical activity, and consistent sleep. Long term success depends on building a routine, not just starting a behavior. It's not the behavior itself that sticks, it's the routine around it. In a randomized trial on exercise behavior, it was found that people who used routine and cues walked or exercised significantly more per week and maintained higher consistency over time compared to those without structure. So, listeners, the idea of same time, same structure, same format isn't just helpful, it's clinically supported. But it's also important to note that you do not need perfect streaks. Habit research shows missing a day does not reset progress. What matters is returning to the behavior. From Mercola.com, analysis by Dr. Joseph Mercola. Contrary to popular belief, habits do not form in 21 days. Research shows it takes 2 to 5 months for behavior to become automatic, depending on its complexity. Simple, consistent behaviors performed at the same time daily and linked to specific triggers are more likely to become permanent habits than complex or irregularly performed actions. Self selected habits are more likely to stick than externally imposed ones, and morning habits typically form faster due to peak cognitive function and fewer distractions. Missing a day does not break a habit, but skipping multiple days in a row weakens it significantly. This means consistency is far more important than perfection. To create successful habits, attach them to existing routines, start small, plan for disruptions, use environmental cues, and focus on consistency rather than perfection. So, listeners, when you walk at the same time every day, you're actually training your brain. This is how behavior change actually happens. Most people don't struggle because walking is hard. They struggle because their plan is unclear, their expectations are too high, or there's too much decision making. And when something requires too many decisions, you stop doing it. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, adults should aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. But how you get there matters. The best routine isn't the most intense, it's the one you don't have to think about. So instead of asking, how much should I walk? Start asking, when do I walk? Here's a routine you can follow. 1. Pick your anchor time. Tie your walk to something you already do. For example, after your morning coffee, after lunch, or after work. This reduces decision fatigue. Number 2, set a minimum, not a maximum. Start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. That's your non negotiable baseline. Anything more is a bonus. 3, walk most days. Not perfectly. Aim for 4, 5, or 6 days per week, not 7. Consistency beats perfection. 4, keep the pace comfortable. You don't need to push hard. A moderate pace where you can talk but not sing is enough to get benefits. So, what does this look like in real life? A simple routine might be a 15-minute walk after breakfast or a 20-minute walk after dinner. That's it. No complicated schedule, no pressure to do more. This structure works because it reduces decision making, builds consistency, creates predictability, and reinforces identity. Over time, walking becomes something you just do, not something you have to plan. Then, once your routine feels easy, you can add 5 minutes or 10 minutes or an extra day, or you can increase your pace slightly, but only after it feels natural. Common mistakes to avoid: starting too long or too intense, relying on motivation, skipping days after missing one, or overcomplicating your routine. Now, here's a challenge to build your habit to become a confident walker in 7 days. Last episode, we talked about becoming a confident walker, and this episode, we built your routine. Now it's time to connect the two because confidence doesn't come first, it comes from what you do consistently, as we've learned. So here's your challenge. First, the rule: non negotiable. Don't skip twice. Miss a day? Fine. Miss two? That's how habits break. Now for the daily walk. We're going to try something new: the 5-20-5 method. Every day, complete a 5-minute warm up, a 20-minute brisk walk, and a 5-minute cool down. This aligns with evidence based guidance from the CDC, recommending 150 minutes of moderate activity per week. Next, we'll add the daily confidence layer. This is the twist. Each day, you'll pair your walk with a confidence action because we're not just building a routine, we're building identity. A confidence action is a small, intentional behavior that proves to your brain, I do what I say I'm going to do. It's not about motivation or hype, it's about evidence. A confidence action is a repeatable action that builds self trust through completion. This idea, as we discussed last week, is rooted in self efficacy because confidence doesn't come first, it comes after you successfully complete actions. In your walking challenge, the walk itself is part of it, but the confidence action is the layer you add on top. It's the moment where you consciously say, this counts. I showed up. I followed through. Here are some examples. The identity statement at the start of or end of the walk: say, I'm someone who walks. Right after finishing, say, I did what I said I would do. This is powerful because it reinforces self trust. Even on low motivation days, say, I only have to walk 5 minutes. You almost always continue, but the win is starting. Keep your shoes by the door and walk the same time every day. This reduces friction and increases follow through. After the walk, say, that felt easier than yesterday. This builds awareness of your progress. Confidence actions should be small, not overwhelming, repeatable so you can do them daily, and winnable where you can succeed every time because every completion is a vote for your identity. So here's your day by day breakdown with your confidence action. Day one, show up. Your focus is on starting. Tell yourself, I'm someone who walks. No pressure. Just complete the walk. On day 2, make it easy. Your focus is on reducing friction. Do it at the same time, take the same route, have your shoes ready by the door. Habit research shows consistency improves adherence. It's supported by behavior change guidance from the CDC. On day 3, find your pace. Your focus is effort. Walk at a brisk pace where you can talk but not sing. This is considered moderate intensity and is linked to cardiovascular benefits. On day 4, add intention. Your focus today is mental engagement. During your walk, think, this is me taking care of myself. This is where walking becomes more than movement. On day 5, build proof. Your focus, confidence. At the end of your walk, say, I did what I said I would do. Confidence equals evidence. On day 6, level up if you want to. Your focus is progression. Add 1 to 2 minutes of faster walking, then return to a normal pace. Interval walking can improve fitness and endurance. And on day 7, reflect. Focus on identity. Ask yourself, did this feel easier than day 1? Do I feel more consistent? Do I trust myself more? That's the real result. This challenge works because it combines structure, you're following a repeatable plan, with consistency, daily repetition builds the habit, and identity. You're reinforcing, I'm a walker. You don't become a confident walker by waiting to feel confident. You become a confident walker by walking. So, for the next 7 days, no overthinking, no perfect plan. Just follow the structure and don't skip twice. You might be thinking, how do I make this routine fit into my life? This is where most plans fail because they're not adaptable. So let's make this yours. If you're busy, do 10 minutes. It still counts. If you're a beginner, start with 5 to 10 minutes and build gradually. If you're trying to avoid weight regain or a plateau, add intervals or light strength training. The goal, again, is not perfection, it's repeatability. Remember, confidence comes from completing actions successfully. So every time you finish a walk, you build evidence, reinforce identity, and you make the next walk easier. You become consistent, then confident. Let's play this out in a real life scenario. You start on Monday, you're motivated, you go. On Tuesday, you're still feeling good. On Wednesday, you don't feel like it, but you go anyway. On Thursday, it feels a little easier. And on Friday, you don't even think about it, you just go. In this real life scenario, I used Monday to Friday, but you can use whatever days are easier for you. But that's the shift, not motivation, not willpower, momentum. The best walking routine should feel almost too easy because if it depends on motivation, it's not going to last. People who get results from walking are not the most motivated, they're the most consistent. And know that a cascade of changes are happening inside your body when you walk. Over time, with consistency, your body becomes more efficient at using fat for fuel. There's improved insulin sensitivity, better mood and reduced stress and lower risk of chronic disease. So every walk you take is doing more than you think. Again, listeners, you don't need a perfect plan, more motivation, or even 10,000 steps. You need a routine you can repeat because confident walkers, they don't think about walking, they just do it. You can find this walking challenge at whywalkingmatters.com. And if you try this challenge, go to whywalkingmatters.com, click on share your walking story, and tell me how it worked for you. Until next time, listeners, happy walking.